And good afternoon. Here is the news at 4. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu inaugurates network of roads in Badagry local government Olorida Council Development Area. President Tinubu congratulates Nigerian students for emerging world champions at 2025 Teen Eagle Global Finals in United Kingdom. On the foreign scene, Kremlin describes US-Russia talks as constructive ahead ceasefire deadline. And in sports, Nigeria wins hosting rights for 2027 African School Games. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated 16.4 kilometers, 7 Badagry network of roads as part of his administration's infrastructural renewal in all parts of the state. The roads are Aradagun, Musafejo, Ilado, Imeke, Samuel Ekundayo, Toga, and Hospital Roads, cutting across Badagry local government and Olorida local council development areas. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who commended the courage and resilience of residents during the construction period, noted that his administration is committed to inclusive growth as it extends development to every nook and cranny of the state, while also making Badagry a tourist destination.
Through the delivery of these roads, we have once again demonstrated to you that our administration is not just about promises and hope, but about concrete plans, execution, and a steadfast commitment to serve our citizens better. It is our desire to transform our historic town of Badagry, to bring relief to all road users, and to be able to make Badagry a real tourist destination.
Earlier in his welcome address, Special Advisor to the Governor on Infrastructure, Olufemi Daramola, said the event reflects the commitment of the Sanwo-Olu administration to sustainable infrastructure development, improved mobility, and delivery of impactful governance to residents of the state.
Prior to this intervention, the road was flooded, overgrown with grasses, and was completely impassable. Today, it has been transformed with a semi-rigid pavement finish, offering durability, resilience, and safe passage for residents and commuters.
Chairman of Badagry local government area, Babatunde Humpe, and his Olorida LCDA counterpart, Peter Ajose, expressed their gratitude to Governor Sanwo-Olu for his visionary leadership and commitment to opening the economic potential of the state. Like Oliver Twist, the chairman appealed to the present administration to ensure the completion of some ongoing and uncompleted projects in Badagry axis, including the Iyafin Road, second phase of Market, Badagry, Topo Idale Road, Mowo Ikoga Road, full completion of electrification of Badagry West, as well as provision of standard classrooms to boost education in the axis.
We do not take this intervention for granted. We thank you sincerely. You have not only fulfilled promises, but you have also reaffirmed that every part of Lagos matters under your administration.
Words alone cannot fully express the appreciation of the good people of Olorida under LCD for your unwavering dedication to the Themes Plus agenda and the inclusive developmental blueprint that continues to touch lives across all strata.
Our correspondent Adeola Akindele quotes Governor Sanwo-Olu as assuring residents of Badagry of his administration's willingness to complete all ongoing projects in the various communities. The Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, LASPA, has called on residents, property owners, and developers to promptly receive and acknowledge contravention notices served by its district offices to avoid enforcement actions. Speaking on the development, LASPA General Manager Kehinde Oshinoike expressed that refusal to accept or acknowledge a contravention notice does not prevent the authority from carrying out enforcement, including the sealing of non-compliant properties in line with the Lagos State physical planning laws. Oshinoike noted that the contravention notice is a vital step in the compliance process as it provides clear instructions on the necessary steps property owners must take to regularize their development and avoid penalties. Also speaking, Director of the Monitoring and Compliance Unit, Iyiola Olarinde, expressed concern over how some property owners only present relevant documents after enforcement teams arrive on site to seal their properties. And now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated 3 Nigerian students for emerging world champions at the 2025 Teen Eagle Global Finals held in London, United Kingdom. President Tinubu, in a statement issued by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, praised the trio for their exceptional achievement, describing them as shining examples of Nigeria's future promise. The students, Nafisa Aminu, 17, Rukaya Fema, 15, and Hadiza Kali, represented Nigeria at the international competition where they outperformed thousands of contestants from 69 countries. Nafisa was named overall best in English language skills. Rukaya emerged overall best in debate, while Hadiza clinched the Outstanding Talent Award gold medal. President Tinubu commended the exceptional young Nigerians for the feat and affirmed that the nation's future is much brighter, with many of its youths as repositories of excellence. He encouraged them to remain steadfast in their studies, wishing them continued success. The Economic Community of West African States Commission, ECOWAS, has called for enhanced coordination among police forces across its member states as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen the regional security architecture and respond more effectively to escalating threats in the region. This came to the fore at the ECOWAS Police Focal Point Officers meeting held in Abuja and attended by senior officials and representatives from across the 15 member states who gathered to discuss progress, challenges, and strategies in preparing regional police forces for peace support operations under the ECOWAS Standby Force. Delivering remarks on behalf of the ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Abdel Musa, the acting head of Peace Support Operations, Sani Adamu, emphasized the critical objectives of the meeting. He noted that the gathering was part of a broader initiative to prepare ECOWAS's multidimensional standby force comprising police, military, and civilian components to respond swiftly to crises. Nigeria's Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, welcomed participants with a message emphasizing regional solidarity, describing the event as a platform to build both strategic and personal bonds. And now to foreign news. The Kremlin says United States envoy Steve Witkoff and Russia's Vladimir Putin have held constructive talks as President Donald Trump's deadline for Moscow to agree to a ceasefire in Ukraine looms. Foreign policy aide Yuri Ushakov said during the 3-hour meeting, Putin transmitted signals to Witkoff on what he called the Ukrainian question and received corresponding signals from the U.S. side. Ushakov said more about the negotiations will be shared after Witkoff reported to Trump. The U.S. president has said Russia could face hefty sanctions or see secondary sanctions imposed against all those who trade with it if it does not take steps to end the war with Ukraine. There was no immediate comment from the U.S. or Ukraine following the talks. And away from all that now, sports. Nigeria has officially been awarded the hosting rights for the second African Schools Games set for 2027. The announcement was made in Algiers following a competitive bidding process that saw Nigeria triumph over other strong contenders, including South Africa and Kenya. Nigeria's successful bid was largely influenced by its recent track record of hosting top-tier competitions such as the National Sports Festival and the third CAA Africa Under-18 and Under-20 Athletics Championships and other events which were successful. The delegation that led Nigeria's bid included the Director General of the Nigeria Sports Commission, Bukola Olopade, and the President of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, Habu Gumel. And that's all for the news at 4. Ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 1,050 rural women received intensive training in boosting outputs in agricultural production, and the beneficiaries were given equal access to markets? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated 16.4 kilometers, 7 Badagry network of roads as part of his administration's infrastructural renewal in all parts of the state. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated 3 Nigerian students for emerging world champions at the 2025 Teen Eagle Global Finals held in London, United Kingdom. We also told you that the Kremlin says United States envoy Steve Witkoff and Russia's Vladimir Putin have held constructive talks as President Donald Trump's deadline for Moscow to agree a ceasefire in Ukraine looms. And in sports, Nigeria has officially been awarded the hosting rights for the second African School Games set for 2027. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adeswa Ejoyoka. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good afternoon.